Well, folks, Women's Rugby World Cup, just called Rugby World Cup 2021, being played in 2022. New Zealand against Australia, Black Ferns Wallaroos, 41-17. Looks like a big old hiding, but the Wallaroos certainly started the better of the two teams. Unfortunately for them, just not able to push on. The Black Ferns will certainly look back at the second half with a bit more to smile about than the first. But anyway, I'll go through some key events and stats, and you guys can let us know your thoughts on the game. Watched it here on ITV in NZ, which is actually a UK broadcaster, but they're showing up for free. New Zealand's showing up for free delayed coverage or paid coverage live, so I just use the VPN. If any of you guys ever need a VPN, I use Express down in the description. Magic. So, yeah, I also noticed there's a few empty seats at Eden Park. There was a lot made of the fact that it was a sellout, but having been to Eden Park as many times as I have, the majority, I don't know if it's the majority, but from my view, the middle section was the one that tended to have the most empty seats, and those are all corporate seats. Those are ones where, companies get handed out hundreds of tickets, and whether people show up kind of, is up to them. So I've had free tickets given to me through my son's rugby club before for like ITM Cup matches, and I've not ended up not going. So it kind of doesn't surprise me that those were the seats that were empty. The rest of the crowd seemed pretty bloody good for mine, and they were pretty vocal, which was pleasing. But certainly not every seat had a bum on it. That's for sure. 41-17, man. Like I said, a bit of a messy start though. Knock-ons, Australia winning turnovers, and just all Australian possession. Goodness gracious me, the Black Ferns just didn't have anything to do but tackle for like the first 20 minutes. Took the Wallaroos a long time to get their first one, you'd have to say, if you watched it, man. Like a 5 metre maul, they get advantage, they go through some phases, they go again, they can't score. Third time they go for a scrum, they get held up. It's crazy defence, but on like the fourth time in the Black Ferns 22, and it's just a quick tap. It's a quick tap, it's wide ball, and it's a 1v1 with Tarita. She's the right winger, beating the Black Ferns fullback Holmes. She's going to have nightmares about Tarita because she missed it twice, and she gets 2 tries. The first one is a fend, poor conversion attempt, but 5-0 to the Wallaroos early. Remember, they've never beaten the Black Ferns, so a good start to put the Black Ferns under pressure. Kind of just what the doctor ordered. And man, it continues. 15 minutes. The Black Ferns have actually got some ball. They're going through some phases. One poor kind of tip pass. I think it might have been Ruby Tui. And then Wong, the left winger, just snatches it, and she's gone burger. No one's getting anywhere near her. Good conversion this time. 12-0. Starting to worry a little bit from a New Zealand point of view. But I'm still thinking, man, Black Ferns have never lost to this team. They should come back. They're at home, let them have a little bit of a settling down period. But it keeps going well for Australia, man, to 50-22. I wrote the note, they need to get a big lead and just maintain this momentum as long as they can, because the Black Ferns are going to come back. Australia go 10 phases, New Zealand win a turnover. I write the note, is this the moment where the Black Ferns turn it around? Nope, because Australia get the ball back. They win another turnover. Is this the moment the Black Ferns start to get some momentum? No, New Zealand start conceding some penalties. Australia still, I guess, kind of go for the jugular, but also maybe not back in their kicking game that much. On 26 minutes, they off for touch again. New Zealand are offside. The Wallaroos go wide again, and Tarita beats Holmes again. Like I said, she'll have nightmares about that one. I think Holmes was 1 from 3 from the tackles attempted early on because she got stepped the second time. Another missed conversion from the sideline, but 17-0. The Wallaroos have had about as good a start as they could have expected. Maybe if they'd got the conversions, it would have been a bit nicer, but still, pretty bloody good start. That being said, from half an hour, it's the first Black Ferns chance down in Australia's end, and they score. 13 phases, much needed. Namwu, just 1 metre out, powers over. Just what the doctor ordered from a New Zealand point of view, so at least they're on the board, 17-7. And then they get a second one to the Black Ferns before half time. It's kind of a brutal final 10 minutes of the first half for the Wallaroos. Like Liz Patu, the loose head prop, wins a key turnover as the Wallaroos are starting to tire. and being put under the pump a little bit. She wins the turnover to stop that New Zealand momentum, as so I thought. But then from the kick return, because the Aussie kick does not find touch, man, they just get it wide, and Woodman has just got the power and speed to go over. So, man, the Black Ferns haven't had that much to do for the first kind of 25, 30 minutes, but for those final 10 minutes of the first half, they managed to score 12 points. So that 17-0 lead is now only a 5-point lead for the Wallaroos. So, I mean, they've had 63% possession in that first half, the Wallaroos, but it's a 5-point lead. The run meters is 218 to 208 at halftime, so not much in it. So the Black Ferns did well to finish the half strongly. Interestingly, though, New Zealand did kick the ball out as we went into the sheds. They won a penalty in their own half, and I thought maybe they try to turn the screws because I thought the Wallaroos looked more tired, but they opted to take the rest as well. So that was halftime, 17 points to 12, Wallaroos in front. Look at that scoreline. Wallaroos clearly don't score at all in the second half. I mean, the Wallaroos did have a decent start when they managed to get a maul turnover, and I thought maybe this is a wee little bit of a momentum builder. Nope, New Zealand get into some space. Hirini with the line break. It's like a 4-on-1, and Woodman goes over for her second on 46 minutes at 17-17. Australia win a scrum penalty on 50 minutes, so it's another one. Like, can they stop the big comeback which is on, because it's all evened up now. They really need some points. They do opt for a 3, but they miss it. And my stream cuts out for like a 2-minute period. I get it back going, and the Wallaroos have got 2 yellow cards. I think the first one I read was a professional foul, and then the second one was a high tackle, which is maybe lucky not to be red. I caught the end of that one. So 15v13 spells trouble for the Wallaroos, and sure enough, the Black Ferns absolutely punish them. They get 1 try to their replacement prop, Tanga Wainohu. She goes over also from close range, which is a funny one because you got two extra players on the field, but it's close range that does it rather than width. 24-17, and then 15v13 again. Flula sets up the hat-trick try for Woodman. She draws 2 tacklers. She beats 2 tacklers and then draws 2 more tacklers. It's a proper bit of midfield play. And with the conversion after the offload, man, 31-17. It's definitely game over. So, yeah, the Wallaroos 2 yellow cards, certainly pretty costly. I still think the Black Ferns are coming back to win this one either way, but that certainly didn't help. Cox Edge had a wee moment where she milked as a good halfback does, it's a kind of an annoying one sometimes, where she milks an offside penalty with a retreating Wallaroos runner. The ref kind of told her off for it. She said, "You're a better player than that, but I'll still give you the penalty." But maybe a little bit of a don't do that again. A little bit of a hilarious one. I personally quite like whenever halfbacks get told off. I just find it very satisfying. So there you go. 67 minutes though, it becomes a real rout. Tui gets the first of her 2 tries. She's on the right wing. It's a 3-on-2. Quick ruck ball, good decision making to go blindside, 36-17, and then a tip pass puts Tui into some space. A few minutes later, she's too quick, and her gas sees her over, 41-17. It's the game's totally flipped on its head from what it was in the opening kind of 20-odd minutes. So, yeah, man, possession finishes 50-50. Because remember, the Wallaroos dominated the first half, but run meters 630 to 308, so it's all Black Ferns in the second. Defenders beaten 21-10 to the Black Ferns. Clean breaks 5-1 to the Black Ferns. Turnovers conceded 18-6 to the Black Ferns, so they'll be a little bit concerned about how sloppy they were at times. But, kicks from hand continues to be low, 10-4, with the Wallaroos having a few more. But kicking in the women's game is just generally very low. Penalty count was also pretty low, 8-7. The 2 yellow cards, though, like I mentioned, pretty costly. Woodman finishes with those 3 tries, a clean break, 72 metres, 2 clean breaks, 6 defenders beaten, hard to stop. Tarita beats 3 defenders, I think 2 of them. Holmes, the fullback. Lafai is the top tackler of the game, the lock for the Wallaroos with 18. But, pretty disappointing in the end for the Wallaroos. They would have liked 1 more try to at least get a bonus point out of it, but not to be. And for the Black Ferns, it's a bit of a scare to start with, but they'll be pretty happy with the way they finished the game. So there you go, folks. They didn't really maul it. It's going to be interesting. They did score a couple of kind of close-range, big unit tries, the Black Ferns, but it wasn't it wasn't brutal kind of set piece maul play that was getting the job done. So that'll be a test for them going forward. But anyway, you guys let us know your thoughts. Obviously, there were 2 games on before this one. If you saw those, feel free to comment on those as well. But I'll leave those for now in case anybody hasn't seen them. But yeah, you guys let us know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.